Welcome to Quantum Life. In this episode, we will discover the quantum paradox, why science can't find consciousness. We can measure the universe down to the spin of an electron. We can scan the brain in exquisite detail, tracking neural activity as thoughts form and fade. And yet, one mystery remains unsolved. Where exactly is consciousness? Neuroscience has mapped the brain. Physics has described matter, energy, and time. However, when it comes to the feeling of being aware of experiencing the world from within, science reaches its limits. This is the paradox at the heart of modern research. Consciousness is the one thing we know exists, yet the only thing we cannot locate. Let's start with the question that divides scientists and philosophers alike. In the 1990s, philosopher David Chalmers referred to it as the hard problem of consciousness. He said it's not hard to explain how the brain processes information. That's the easy problem. What's hard is explaining how that activity becomes experience, how electrical signals produce the feeling of pain, joy, or love. You can point to neurons, but not to you. At the Allen Institute for Brain Science, neuroscientist Christof Koch has spent decades searching for what he calls the neural correlates of consciousness. By combining brain imaging and computational modeling, he's identified regions, especially the posterior cortex, that light up when we are aware. But correlation is not causation. Those signals accompany experience, yet they are not experience itself. Meanwhile, neuroscientist Giulio Tononi at the University of Wisconsin-Madison offers a different view, the Integrated Information Theory, or IIT. He proposes that consciousness arises from how much information a system can integrate into a unified whole. The more interconnected the information, the richer the awareness. To test this, Tononi and Marcello Massimini developed a measure called the Perturbational Complexity Index, a way to estimate consciousness levels by sending magnetic pulses into the brain and measuring the complexity of the echo. It can distinguish wakefulness from anesthesia, or even minimal consciousness in coma patients. But it still doesn't tell us what it feels like to be conscious. And that's where science meets its wall. You can't step outside of awareness to observe it. As physicist Niels Bohr once said, we are both onlookers and actors in the great drama of existence. Every attempt to measure consciousness depends on consciousness doing the measuring. The observer is woven into the experiment itself. This paradox mirrors the measurement problem in quantum physics. Before observation, particles exist in superposition, waves of probability. When measured, they collapse into a single outcome. But what performs the collapse? Is it the measuring device, or the awareness interpreting the result? Physicist Werner Heisenberg believed that what we call objective reality only exists when we observe it. And John Wheeler went even further, suggesting that the universe itself may need observers to exist, what he called the participatory universe. In both physics and neuroscience, we run into the same boundary. The observer and the observed cannot be separated. The act of observing changes what is observed. Let's bring this into human terms. When you try to watch your own thoughts, you notice something strange. The moment you look for the thinker, the I disappears, replaced by awareness itself. You can observe your body, your emotions, and your memories, but not the consciousness doing the observing. It's like trying to bite your own teeth or see your own eyes. That's the quantum paradox of consciousness. It is both the question and the answer. The stage and the actor. The field and the observer. And yet understanding this limit is not failure. It's liberation. It shows us that consciousness is not an object within reality. It's the space in which reality appears. Science can measure the patterns, but not the presence itself, the silent witness behind every equation and every experience. Before we close, let's reflect. Maybe consciousness cannot be found because it's not hidden. It's what's looking. It's what hears these words right now. The only thing science can't capture is the one thing that makes science possible. In our next episode, we'll conclude the Quantum Consciousness series with Quantum Entanglement, Why Everything is Connected. We'll explore how consciousness extends beyond the self, linking every being and every atom in a single field of awareness. Thank you for watching Quantum Life. If this episode inspired you, subscribe, and share it with someone who would love it. You'll find recommended books in the description. Amazon links are included to support the channel and deepen your understanding. And don't forget to watch other episodes in the Quantum Consciousness playlist to follow this journey from observation to connection and from the universe itself to you.